What if the biggest decision of the summer isn't about love, but about letting go? That's the haunting question the Season 3, Episode 8 trailer of The Summer I Turned Pretty leaves us with. The moment the trailer begins, you can already feel the tension building, like the calm before a storm. It doesn't waste time with lighthearted moments or easy smiles. Instead, it immediately pulls us into the heavy emotions that have been hanging in the air all season. The way the trailer is cut feels sharp, deliberate, and charged with meaning. It's almost as if every second is screaming that this finale will not only break hearts, but also redefine everything we thought we knew about Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah. The very first glimpses of Belly, standing alone, her face caught between strength and sadness. She isn't carefree the way she once was back at Cousin's Beach in the earlier summers. Instead, there's a maturity in her expression, like she knows that whatever happens next will change her forever. The trailer makes her the central focus. Right away, framing her not just as someone caught between two brothers, but as a young woman finally forced to make a choice that will carry weight. This choice isn't only about romance, it's about identity, loyalty, and the direction her life is heading. The camera lingers on her as though it wants us to feel every ounce of her conflict, and in that silence, the audience can sense that the finale is about to become the turning point of the entire series. Then comes Conrad, and the moment he appears, the tone shifts. His presence in the trailer is quiet but powerful, almost like a shadow that refuses to fade. The editing shows him in reflective shots, staring out at the ocean, his eyes full of things unsaid. He looks like a boy caught between past mistakes and future regrets, someone desperate to hold on to Belly, yet afraid that his love might no longer be enough. The trailer doesn't give him dramatic speeches or big actions, but that's what makes it so effective. Instead, we get fleeting glances and silences that say more than words could. It's a reminder that Conrad's character has always been about depth, the kind that hides beneath the surface until moments like this, when it threatens to spill over. Jeremiah's entrance, on the other hand, is bold and fiery. Where Conrad retreats into himself, Jeremiah wears his emotions openly, and the trailer highlights this contrast perfectly. His expressions are raw, filled with both love and frustration. He's seen standing close to Belly, not just physically, but emotionally, like he's ready to fight for her, no matter the cost. There's a protectiveness in his actions, an urgency that makes it clear he won't let her slip away without a fight. The way the trailer positions him, speaking out, standing tall, and showing vulnerability makes Jeremiah's role in this finale impossible to ignore. His journey this season has been about proving his place in Belly's life. And the trailer hints that his determination might finally force Belly to face truths she's been avoiding. What ties the trailer together? It's not just the individual characters, but the atmosphere. The music swells in the background, starting soft, and then building into something almost unbearable, mirroring the rising pressure of the storyline. Each shot feels carefully chosen, whether it's Belly's tear-filled eyes, Conrad's clenched jaw, or Jeremiah's desperate voice. Even the settings, the beach, the house, the quiet corners of Cousins carry a weight they didn't before. They're no longer just places of nostalgia, but battlegrounds for decisions that will shape everyone's futures. The trailer is telling us that this finale is not about carefree summers anymore. It's about endings, choices, and the bittersweet. A moment when growing up means leaving something behind. By the end of the first look, you realize the trailer isn't simply teasing romance or drama. It's preparing us for heartbreak, closure, and maybe even a fresh beginning. It leaves you unsettled but curious, torn between wanting Belly to choose and fearing what her choice might destroy. And that's exactly the hook the show needs. An emotional cliffhanger that demands we tune in. Because the answers aren't just about who Belly loves, but about who she decides to become. Belly's choice has always been the heart of this story. But in the Season 3 Episode 8 trailer, that choice feels heavier than ever before. It's not just about who she loves, it's about who she is becoming. Throughout this season, we've seen her pulled back and forth between Conrad's quiet intensity and Jeremiah's open devotion. But the finale trailer pushes this conflict into its breaking point. What makes this section of the trailer so unique is the way it places Belly at the center of every emotional thread, forcing her to confront the fact that no matter what she decides, something will be lost. For the first time, the love triangle doesn't feel dreamy or romantic. It feels like a test of maturity, one that demands a clear answer in the trailer. You notice how the camera stays with Belly whenever she interacts with either brother. With Conrad, her silence speaks louder than any words. There's a moment where their eyes meet, and in that look, you can see the years of history between them, their shared grief, the unspoken apologies, and the love that has always been complicated. But undeniable, Conrad's expression isn't desperate, it's vulnerable, almost as if he knows that asking her to choose him means risking everything. It's a raw, quiet moment that shows Conrad isn't just fighting for Belly. He's fighting to prove that love can survive pain and distance. With Jeremiah, however, the energy completely changes. The scenes in the trailer pulse with urgency. He doesn't hold back, and his words, though brief in the teasers, suggest someone who refuses to let the past repeat itself. Jeremiah is emotional, yes, but also confident in his love. He's not asking Belly to choose him out of pity or guilt. He's demanding that she see the future they could have together. The trailer makes it clear that Jeremiah isn't just an option anymore. He's a force, and his willingness to put everything on the line creates a striking contrast with Conrad's quiet suffering. What makes Belly's situation so unique here is the weight of choice itself. For so long, she has floated between these two loves, swept along by moments and circumstances. But in episode 8, there's no more hiding. The trailer suggests that Belly will finally speak out, that she voice her decision instead of letting it linger in silence. You can sense it in her tone, in the way her shoulders no longer slump with confusion but straighten with determination. She's scared, yes, but she's ready. The finale seems to be shaping up as the moment when Belly no longer lets love happen. To her, she takes control of it, and yet the brilliance of the trailer is that it doesn't give away the answer. Instead, it plants seeds of doubt in the audience's mind. Each scene feels carefully balanced. A tender look at Conrad, a heartfelt moment with Jeremiah, and then Belly standing alone, her emotions unreadable. It's almost as if the trailer is daring us to take sides, to project our own hopes onto her, while reminding us that whatever happens, not everyone will be satisfied. That's the painful truth of choice. It gives clarity but also creates loss. At the core, Belly's big. Choice is more than just romantic. It's symbolic of her growing up. Choosing Conrad could mean honoring her past, the love that began it all, the one tied to childhood summers and memories of Susannah. Choosing Jeremiah might mean embracing a future that feels more open, more forgiving, more grounded in present reality. And choosing neither could signal that Belly is finally stepping away from the triangle entirely, choosing herself and her independence above all else. This possibility, her choosing herself, hangs silently in the background of the trailer, never said aloud, but you can feel it between the lines by presenting Belly in this way. The trailer transforms her from the girl we met in Season 1 into a young woman who understands the stakes of her own decisions. It's a powerful reminder that this isn't just a teen romance, it's a coming-of-age story. And Episode 8 looks set to be the moment when Belly steps out of the shadow of who will she pick and finally answers the harder question, who does she want to be? One thing the Season 3 Episode 8 trailer makes crystal clear is that this finale isn't just about Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah. It's also about the family and friendships that surround them. The emotional weight of the story has always come from the fact that these relationships don't exist in isolation. Every decision Belly makes ripples outward, touching the people who love her most. And in the trailer, those ripples look like waves crashing against the shore, testing bonds that once felt unbreakable. We catch small but powerful glimpses of Laurel, Belly's mother, and her presence carries a quiet authority. Laurel has always been Belly's compass, guiding her with a mix of tough love and unwavering support. In the trailer, the look on her face suggests she knows the magnitude of the choice Belly is about to make. She doesn't interfere the way a younger parent might. Instead, there's an understanding in her eyes, a recognition that Belly's path is hers to choose now. It's subtle, but it's the kind of subtlety that gives you goosebumps because you realize the torch is being passed. Belly isn't just someone's daughter anymore. She's standing on her own. Stephen, Belly's brother, also seems to play a significant role in this episode. The trailer shows him not as the jokester we often remember, but as someone who has matured alongside Belly. There's a quiet protectiveness in the way he watches over her, a reminder that sibling bonds are often the most grounding in times of turmoil. Stephen's growth in this season has been underrated, but episode 8 hints at him stepping into the role of not just a brother, but a steady anchor. His advice or even his silence could be the very thing that helps Belly face her final decision. And then there's the ghost that haunts every corner of this story, Susannah. Even though she's gone, her presence in the trailer is undeniable. Whether through flashbacks, mentions, or the emotional weight she left behind, Susannah's memory continues to shape how everyone navigates love and loss. For Conrad and Jeremiah, her absence has been a constant wound. You can sense how it colors their fight for Belly's heart. For Belly, Susannah was more than a second mother. She was a reminder of summers that once felt endless. In the finale trailer, every choice Belly faces is in some way tied back to Susannah's legacy. Choosing Conrad might feel like honoring a bond tied to the past with Susannah, while choosing Jeremiah could represent moving forward into a future not shadowed by grief. The trailer also doesn't ignore the importance of friendships. Taylor, Belly's best friend, has been her mirror in so many ways, sometimes harsh, sometimes comforting, but always honest. Her influence throughout the season has been clear, and even if she only appears briefly in the teaser, you can tell her presence matters. Taylor has been the voice reminding Belly to stop drifting and start deciding. In the finale, that voice may echo in Belly's mind louder than ever. What makes this family and friendship dynamic so unique in the finale trailer is that it reminds us this story isn't about isolated love, it's about community. We see has been part of Belly's journey from innocence to self-discovery. The tension between the brothers might dominate the headlines, but the heart of the finale lies in how these bonds either hold strong or fracture under the weight of change. The cousins' beach house, the shared dinners, the whispered conversations in the hallways, all of these things symbolize something larger. The comfort of family and the fragility of friendships when love is at stake. In many ways, the trailer hints that episode 8 will show us that growing up isn't just about romance. It's about realizing that family and friends are the roots that keep you steady when everything else feels uncertain. Illy's choice will impact Conrad and Jeremiah. Yes, but it will also redefine the way her family sees her, the way her friends support her, and the way she steps into adulthood. That's the quiet beauty of this finale. The love triangle may grab the spotlight, but it's the bonds of family and friendship that give the story its lasting power. Asterisk. The most striking thing about the Season 3, Episode 8 trailer isn't just the drama between Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah. It's the way the entire finale is painted with emotion through themes and symbolism. From the opening frame to the final shot, the trailer feels like a poem written in images, where every wave, sunset, and glance means something deeper. This isn't simply about who ends up with who. It's about endings and beginnings, about the way summer always fades, no matter how much you wish it could stay forever. The beauty of this show has always been its ability to weave those emotions into the scenery. And the trailer for Episode 8 takes that to another level. The beach, which has always been the backdrop for Belly's story, feels different here. In earlier seasons, it symbolized freedom, joy, and first love. But in this trailer, the same beach looks heavier, like it carries the weight of everything that has happened. The waves crashing against the shore aren't playful anymore, they're relentless. Echoing the choices and conflicts pressing down on Belly, it's as if the ocean itself has become a mirror for her emotions. It's constantly pulling her back and forth, just like Conrad and Jeremiah. That's what makes the symbolism so powerful. The beach is no longer just a place of memories. It's a metaphor for the storm inside her. Sunsets also play a huge role in the trailer's emotional tone. They show up in quick flashes. Belly walking as the sky fades to orange, Conrad looking out at the horizon, Jeremiah's face caught in the soft glow of dusk. A sunset is beautiful, but it also means something is ending, and that's exactly what this finale is about. The trailer uses that imagery to tell us, without words, that this chapter is closing. Belly can't stay in the in-between anymore. Just like the day has to turn into night, she has to move forward, even if it means leaving something behind. There's also a recurring theme of reflection, quite literally. The trailer lingers on mirrors, glass, and water reflections. We see Belly staring at herself, her face unsure, and those shots aren't just filler. They symbolize her inner struggle, the way she's constantly questioning who she is and what she truly wants. It's subtle, but it tells the audience that this finale isn't just about choosing between two brothers. It's about Belly finally facing herself. The reflections force her, and us, to look past the surface-level drama and into the heart of her coming-of-age story. Even silence in the trailer carries meaning. There are moments where the music drops, and all you hear is breathing, footsteps, or the sound of waves. That quietness is intentional. It symbolizes the weight of things left unsaid, the choices still unspoken. In those silences, the tension feels unbearable, because you know the characters are on the edge of saying or doing something that could change everything. Silence has always been part of the language of The Summer I Turned Pretty, but in this finale, it feels like the loudest voice of all. The most emotional symbolism, though, comes from the house itself. The cousins' beach house has always been more than just a setting, it's a character in the story. In the trailer, it's shown in ways that make it feel like a memory, like something slipping away. The warm lights glowing through its windows, the laughter that once filled its walls, the hallways where secrets were whispered, all of it feels like it's coming to an end. The house represents childhood, safety, and the summers that once seemed endless. And now in episode 8, it stands as a symbol of how things can't stay the same. Just as the house is changing hands and futures are being decided, Belly too must step out of the past and into something new. What makes the trailer so unique is how it uses these themes not to answer questions, but to prepare us for the emotional impact of the finale. The symbolism whispers to us that love, like summer, is fleeting, and that growing up means learning to let go of things you thought would last forever. It's bittersweet, it's painful, and yet it's beautiful, just like the sunsets, just like the waves, just like first love itself. By the end of the trailer, you don't just feel curious about who Belly chooses, you feel the ache of knowing that no matter what, something has to end so something else can begin. Asterisk the trailer for Season 3, Episode 8 leaves us with more questions than answers. And that's exactly what makes predictions for the finale so exciting. This is the episode that will decide the future of Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah, and possibly set the stage for everything that comes after. But instead of spelling things out, the trailer drops breadcrumbs, small hints that invite us to imagine the possible endings. What makes it truly unique is that it doesn't just tease romance, it teases transformation. This finale feels less like a conclusion to a summer and more like a crossroads in everyone's lives. One of the biggest predictions that fans are debating is whether Belly will finally choose between Conrad and Jeremiah Roar, if she might choose herself instead. The trailer carefully balances both brothers, showing Belly in intimate but very different moments with each. With Conrad, there's a sense of unfinished business, an ache that refuses to fade. His quiet looks and reflective silences suggest he still holds a piece of Belly's heart, no matter how much has changed. On the other hand, Jeremiah's energy in the trailer is bold, decisive, almost like he's determined to seize the moment before it slips away. The contrast between them sets up the perfect scenario for Belly's final decision, and the way the trailer frames her standing alone at times makes it clear that independence is also a real possibility. Predicting her choice means predicting who Belly has become, and that's the tension the finale will lean into. Another prediction is tied to the emotional fallout. No matter what decision Belly makes, someone is going to be left heartbroken. If she chooses Conrad, Jeremiah may finally break, unable to keep playing the role of the hopeful brother. If she chooses Jeremiah, Conrad's pain might finally come crashing down in a way that forces him to let go completely. And if Belly chooses herself, both brothers could be left questioning not just their relationship with her, but with each other. The trailer hints at this by showing the brothers in separate shots, rarely together, suggesting that their bond is at risk of shattering. This finale could redefine not just Belly's love life, but the Fisher brothers' relationship forever. Trailer also sets up the idea that episode 8 won't just be about romance, it will be about closure. We see flashes of the house, the beach, and those quiet, reflective moments that feel like goodbyes. One prediction is that this finale may serve as the symbolic end of the Cousins Beach summers we've come to know.